The Champions League finals are more than just games. They are history being written right before our eyes. On these pitches, legends are born, hearts are broken, and only one team gets to raise the iconic trophy. Every minute can change the destiny of a season, and a single strike can be remembered forever. Today, we bring you every goal from the Champions League finals between 2020 and 2025. Each one is a special moment, an emotion shared by millions of fans around the world. But the ultimate question remains: which of these goals is the greatest? The choice is yours. 2020, Lisbon, Estadio da Luz. Bayern Munich, one of Europe's traditional giants, were chasing their 6th European crown. Paris Saint-Germain, meanwhile, were making history. For the first time ever, they had reached the Champions League final. With Neymar and Kylian Mbappé leading the attack, the match itself was tight and nervy. Then came the decisive moment. In the 59th minute, Joshua Kimmich delivered a perfect cross from the right. Kingsley Coman, a player who came through PSG's academy, rose to meet it with a powerful header past Keylor Navas. The irony was brutal. The man Paris let go had just broken their dream. 2021, Porto. The Estadio do Dragão hosted the first ever all-English Champions League final between Chelsea and Manchester City. For Pep Guardiola's City, it was a historic night, their very first final. With stars like De Bruyne, Sterling, and Foden, they were the favorites. But Chelsea, transformed by Thomas Tuchel, looked fearless and well-organized. Just before halftime, Mason Mount's perfect pass sent Kai Havertz through on goal. The German rounded Ederson and scored the decisive strike. In the second half, City pushed forward, but losing De Bruyne to injury was a huge blow. When the whistle blew, Chelsea were crowned European champions for the second time, with Havertz becoming an instant hero. (2022) Paris, the Stade de France. Real Madrid versus Liverpool, a matchup that had already become a Champions League classic. From the very start, Liverpool dominated the game. Salah, Mané, and Diaz all had huge chances, but every single shot was denied by an unbelievable Thibaut Courtois. His saves against Salah and Mané are still remembered as some of the greatest in final history. Then, midway through the second half, Madrid struck. Federico Valverde burst down the right wing and delivered a low cross. Vinícius Jr was there, sliding in to finish. 1-0. Liverpool threw everything forward until the last minute, but Courtois stood like a wall. When the whistle blew, Madrid lifted their 14th European Cup, a final remembered forever. Not only for Vinícius's decisive goal, but for one of the greatest goalkeeping performances the world has ever seen. (2023) Istanbul, the iconic Ataturk Olympic Stadium, Manchester City against Inter Milan. For Pep Guardiola, this was more than just a final. He had built City into a dominant force in England, but the Champions League remained the missing piece of his legacy. Inter entered the game fearless. The Italians defended with incredible discipline, closing down spaces and even creating chances of their own. City's fans felt the tension. This final was far tougher than many had expected. In the second half, Bernardo Silva drove into the box and crossed. The ball deflected and fell perfectly to Rodri, who struck it cleanly into the corner. A roar erupted. 1-0. Inter nearly equalized, most notably when DeMarco's header hit the crossbar, but City held firm. When the whistle blew, history was made. Manchester City lifted the Champions League trophy for the very first time. A dream realized after decades of waiting. 2024, London, Wembley Stadium, one of football's greatest stages. And once again, Real Madrid were here, chasing glory. Their opponents, Borussia Dortmund, were the surprise package of the season, a team that had shocked Europe with their run to the final. For their fans, it was a magical journey, a return to the grand stage after years away. Dortmund began bravely, pressing high, attacking with speed, and creating early chances that had Madrid's supporters holding their breath. From a corner kick, Dani Carvajal, the ever-reliable right-back, struck cleanly to make it 1-0. A defender's goal, but one worthy of the occasion. Dortmund pushed, searching for an equalizer, but as time wore on, Madrid found their moment. On the counter-attack, Vinícius Jr exploded with pace, outran the defenders, and calmly slotted home. That was the knockout blow. The final whistle confirmed it. Real Madrid lifted their 15th European Cup, a record that feels unreachable. And yet another reminder that for Madrid, the Champions League is more than a competition. It is their kingdom. 2025, Athens, Olympic Stadium. Paris Saint-Germain were back in the final, and this time, the big question was clear. Could they finally win the trophy that had slipped away for so many years? Their opponents, Inter Milan, brought tradition and resilience, but all eyes were on the Parisians. From the very start, PSG played with intensity. Young sensation Désiré Doué tore through Inter's defense, scoring twice before halftime. In the second half, he completed his hat trick, securing his place as the star of the night. Kvicha Kvaratskhelia added a fourth, and Hakim sealed the victory with the fifth. 5-0, the biggest win ever in a Champions League final. As the final whistle blew, history was made. Paris Saint-Germain had finally achieved their dream, their first Champions League title, and they won it in the most spectacular way possible. 6 finals, 6 stories, and countless emotions that will live forever. Which goal was the best? Share your thoughts in the comments. Don't forget to subscribe to stay closer to the action.